All right, joining me now is Rex Nelson, with the senior editor with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. As always, Rex, it is good to have you with us. And let's begin with some of the big news of the week, and that is that Murphy Oil is moving its corporate headquarters from El Dorado, Arkansas, where it originated, to Houston, Texas. What's the impact of this, do you think?
Certainly not good news for South Arkansas, Roby, but not unexpected news. I mean, the oil and gas industry has been consolidating in Houston for years. Murphy already had more employees, frankly, in Houston. It even had more employees in Canada than it did in the headquarters office in El Dorado. I think what a lot of people don't understand is that Murphy USA, which is the retail arm that has the stations at Walmarts and Sam's Clubs and the Murphy USA stores that we've seen pop up around the state and around the region, spun off a number of years ago from Murphy Oil. Murphy USA is staying. So Murphy USA employs about 600 people in El Dorado. It is a growing company. I expect it to continue to grow. Those jobs will remain in El Dorado. Meanwhile, Murphy Oil will be pulling out 80 jobs. So when you lose 80 jobs, it's not a good thing. It's also a psychological impact, as I said. But again, not as bad as I think a lot of people think, because they don't completely understand the distinction of Murphy USA and Murphy Oil Corporation as being two separate companies.
And I think, too, there will not be a shortage of investment from Murphy Oil into El Dorado. They're keeping the El Dorado promise. They will, I think, continue to invest in downtown El Dorado. Correct me if you think I'm wrong on that.
I think you are exactly right. I mean, I have known Madison Murphy for years. I know of his love for El Dorado. I can assure you that the Murphy Arts District, because it's got that Murphy name on them, so the Murphy family is going to guarantee that that is a success. It's going to go forward, and as I said, I think Murphy USA will continue to grow. So again, not good news for El Dorado, but not as bad as it certainly could have been, given what's happening in the oil industry nationwide right now.
Yeah. Let's shift gears and talk about the coronavirus in Arkansas, COVID-19. Obviously, we are in this phase in the month of May where the governor and other state leaders are pushing businesses to kind of slowly reopen. What is your take on this methodology that they're using here? And do you sense trepidation still from the business community?
Oh, yeah. You see a lot of restaurant owners saying, we're not ready yet. We don't think it's safe for our employees yet. Even though we can, we're not going to let people start dining inside. I think a lot of businesses still feel that way. I think a lot of consumers still feel that way. I'll be honest with you, Roby. I'm nowhere near going in a restaurant, even though I want to. I'll continue to do pickup. And even though I need a haircut, is obvious, I'm nowhere near that either. I'm just not ready to do that. I think you'll see consumers slow. So again, from that standpoint, I think the recovery is going to go very slowly. But once things do start to open up, and I've written a whole series of pretty bullish on Arkansas columns in recent weeks, I think the Arkansas economy is well positioned to bounce back much more quickly than, say, neighboring states such as Oklahoma or Texas, which are so dependent on oil and gas revenues.
So give me, I guess, a scenario that unfolds over the summer. What do you kind of envision happening as maybe some consumer confidence grows, or perhaps we get a setback and that could dent consumer confidence and slow this return to reopening the economy? What do you think will happen?
Yeah, I don't think any of us know right now. I think that every governor in the country, every mayor in the country even, is having to do this juggling act of the economy versus public health. They're trying to get it right, and it's going to be tested in every state. We're going to have to watch other states, surrounding states, to see how they do compared to what we're doing. And we're going to have to continue to do what we have done, which is adjust on the fly. To this point, I have to tell you, I've been quite impressed by the job of Governor Hutchinson and his staff. And I've been impressed by the mayors of most of our larger cities here in Arkansas. I think we've gotten the balance so far about right as we begin to open up a little more, again, it's going to have to go on a week by week basis to see if we're getting it right. And if we have to pull back, we have to pull back again.
And I guess this is the sentiment that I get from a lot of business and political leaders that I talk to. Nothing has really changed over the last 6 to 7 weeks in terms of where we are from a public health perspective, in that we still don't have testing at the level that we need it to be to feel safe about things. And we haven't we don't have a vaccine. We don't have a cure for this. Is that what you think is driving a lot of this uncertainty?
Oh yeah. There has not been that much changed. We are told we're going to be getting a lot more tests into Arkansas, and that's going to be the key, obviously, going forward, so we can spot those hot spots, get them tamped down wherever they might be in the state, and that then will increase public confidence. But we're going to have a lot more tests, and frankly, we're going to have thousands of what are called contract tracers. I mean, I can see people even from different departments of state government being assigned to the health department, for instance, in the months ahead to make sure we do that contract tracing properly. Until that has happened, we're not going to have consumer confidence on a broad scale. I mean, there are those who are saying, let's go, I know, but they're in the minority right now. I think the majority of Arkansans are still being very cautious at this point.
All right, he's Rex Nelson, senior editor with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. As always, Rex, thanks for your insight.
Thank you, Roby. I appreciate it.
Back with more right after this.